So far, I am surprised. I am pleasantly surprised at the quality.
This supernatural
I know this
footage
is just
shows
only the
inside
second
of the
video so
garage.
far.
A wide-angle fisheye lens is used, which allows for an outstanding range of vision. It's a very typical garage with
I'm digging
cars
it.
sitting outside in the driveway and various outdoor
Slapped ham, and he's
gardening
moving up
items
the ladder
throughout
of-
the area in front of the doorway. As the video begins, we can clearly see that it's nighttime.
Ghost channels I like.
After a few seconds, a mysterious light descends from the sky. It disappears for a moment before seeming to travel right through the side of the truck in the driveway.
Sky.
At first, it looks
Saw that.
sausage-shaped, but as it moves,
Okay,
its
now I saw
relatively
it the first time
consistency
now.
becomes apparent.
My goodness, are the
Once
two
it
even
makes its way
related?
into the garage, the bizarre apparition vanishes
Or is
almost
it two
as quickly
separate
as it
apparitions?
appeared.
Are you sure
There
it's
isn't
something?
anybody around in the shot and no noise to indicate anyone
Oh,
lurking
the
on camera.
mist and the quality. That's
If you
how.
slow the footage down, you can see that the mysterious shape's movements seem somewhat
Yep.
purposeful, yet very odd.
Looks like it's coming out of the tire thing. I don't know vehicles.
Perhaps the eeriest notion is that the light seems to disappear into thin air once it enters the garage.
Oh!
What
Was
do
it
you
going
think the
towards the
security
door of the
cameras
house?
captured? Could it be proof that a ghost
think
is
it was.
haunting the property? Or is
Alright,
there
so far
another
this one's
explanation
100%
for this
real.
creepy video?
You mean to tell me it gets better than this? They're starting off with this at number 6.
This scary video comes from Escape Paranormal. It opens with a
Poltergeist.
stereotypical warehouse scene.
So we're going
An
to see
empty
some
hallway
movement.
greets the viewer as they're led deeper and deeper into the warehouse. Without any warning, the door on the right flings open. It's a violent
No
burst
audio?
of activity in an otherwise quiet
Still.
storage room.
Oh, man.
The incident scares the security
Freaky.
guard enough that they begin to sprint out of the area as quickly as they can.
Damn. I wonder if this light...
Nothing says terrifying like finding out that
It's too
something
close.
ghoulish could be lurking around
Hey,
your
it
house.
looks a little better.
However, that's exactly
my
what
opinion.
happened to one of our viewers, J2001MG. This
Damn.
image was caught on a Wild Game Nation trail
That's a really
camera.
good pick.
It was set up to catch a
Really
chicken
good pick.
coop. However, it seems that it might have also captured something rather chilling.
I
When
made
the
this joke
security
before,
footage
but
was inspected, they discovered
yeah,
some
I saw
sort
that
of
face right
horrific
away.
face staring back at them.
you know, sometimes you'll visit someone
It almost
And
seems
they'll be
to blend in
tidying up
perfectly with the mesh from the
when you
chicken
show
coop,
up.
with its dark hair and
just
wide
be
nose.
putting newspapers
It even
and
looks
other
as if
stuff
it could be
away. Oh, here you
screaming
can
in
sit
one of
here
the
and blah blah
photos.
blah. I'm like that with my streams. Oh, let me just make the
The
lighting
viewer
and audio
mentions
better.
that the chickens were up in their roost at the time, ruling them out of the equation. Plus, this picture had a date and timestamp that said May 12th,
Chicken
2020,
coop.
yet it showed up in the March 23rd set of pictures.
Haunted chicken. Oh, and this mist looks
If
similar
this isn't creepy enough, the uploader claims that she received an alert notification
to what
on her
happened in the
mobile
garage.
phone that there was motion detected.
See, I
in the
like
living
this
room.
because
One normally wouldn't assume to find some
It's
supernatural
proof.
security footage as a result. Yet on viewing the footage, you can see a sudden movement on the left as two wisps suddenly appear out of nowhere.
that paranormal phenomena
The shapes quickly
behaves
begin
in
to take on a
certain
more
ways
stereotypical
sometimes.
ghostly appearance before vanishing into the
Am I
light.
phrasing that right? Like, the fact that this mist
This
is
footage
similar to the
certainly
mist in the
chilling.
garage, but
Unlike
also
many security camera clips, these
in both
shapes don't
instances,
resemble floating orbs or dust particles reflecting the light. There's little denying that
if it
these
was
wispy
like
shapes really
editing
resemble
software or
ghosts.
something
But could this really be
in
the
After
case?
Effects,
Unfortunately, without further
I feel like
information,
that
this video will have to remain a mystery.
mist would look the same there.
This supernatural security footage from Vision Paranormal.
Supernatural.
is enough
Oh, someone
send
explained to me.
shivers down your
I said this
spine.
before, but
Is this the Grim Reaper hunting its prey,
Ugh.
or is there a more logical
Supernatural is more like
explanation?
physical
You'll have
entities,
to
right?
decide for yourself.
paranormal is
Footage
more
begins with what appears to
spiritual.
be a normal hallway with a security camera
like
focusing on the
Bigfoot
corner
is
of a stairwell
supernatural
and an
and
elevator.
witches. Wait, I'm not even
However,
100%
after
sure.
a few seconds,
I don't know the
a darkly hooded
difference.
figure peeks its head from the shadowy stairwell.
Why do they always poke their heads out?
It
Oh
appears
my
cautious at first, almost as if looking out to
goshness.
see if anybody's watching. Slowly, the sinister-looking
This one's
figure
real
shuffles
too.
its way
Okay,
down
so
the
I am
stairs.
super impressed with slapped ham, I have to say.
Oddly enough, the more it exposes itself, the more cautious it seems to be. However, rather than moving with a sense of fear or timidity, the cloaked being seems to lurch about as though possibly stalking something or someone.
Look at it. I don't know if that's the Grim
Taking
Reaper
its
per
time, the
se,
figure is
but
finally in full view. It almost appears like it's wearing a traditional European-style cloak that covers everything all the way down to its
or
feet.
a black dress,
Startlingly, it
robe.
resembles the visage of the Grim Reaper. Whoever
Yeah, I'll
might
give you
be on
that.
the other side of that doorway could be in for a terrifying shock. Although it's not apparent if the figure possesses any sort of weapon or other means of doing
Did it
harm,
trigger the
careful
lights,
nature
or was
of
that
its
you
stalking
lighting?
leads the mind to only wonder what its devilish
Lighting it up.
intent might be.
Hey, it's the
The
thumbnail.
footage opens up with a
Number
woman in a
one.
well-lit,
Numero
tidy
uno.
kitchen working inside a large refrigeration unit. She's organising the various meals and other prep items for the dinner rush, and doesn't seem particularly fazed by anything. After spending a while rummaging around, something unexpected catches her attention.
What
She
happens?
jumps in shock, flinging the refrigerator closed in response to the ghostly action. Seemingly for no reason at all, we see a small bowl of flour flung violently from the stainless steel rack behind her.
Does
closely
get
followed
flung
by a red
violently.
cup.
This is all security
Cup
footage.
goes spinning off to the corner
That's why
of
it's
the
so
kitchen near
real.
a trash can, and the flour
Ghosts
falls
are
in a
real.
heap on the floor.
Poltergeists are real.
After pausing for a moment to examine the situation, bizarrely, the woman just returns to stacking the refrigerator.
Oh man. Yeah. It's like
Although the incident could have been some type of elaborate prank,
This
the
happens
footage
all the
doesn't show
time,
any
I'm
sign
sure.
of human activity in the kitchen.
I would need to see another
What then
angle to
could
see
have
if there's
caused
an
such a
actual
startling
wall
event?
behind that shelving, but that's
Have you
pretty
ever had something
believable.
unexpectedly happen in the kitchen?